everybody. Hey, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. It's Saturday here. I feel totally recovered. Yeah, I said yesterday in the video that I was just feeling a little depressed with the results that came out of Consensus New York 2018. It isn't what I thought it was going to be. I admit I got uh, pulled into the hype, and I have to remember this as a good lesson, not to get pulled into people that are just always pumping. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon, because that's a really dangerous, slippery slope to go down. And I always want to be careful for that. So I found that I got pulled into that hype. And then I was so disappointed that we haven't seen the uh, gains like we saw in the previous years. But, no surprise. We just saw that this particular event had a lot of problems. And I don't want to talk about that so much in this video, but I feel recovered. And something else has recovered as well. A couple days ago, actually, it was the eve before Consensus. Interestingly, for out of the blue, the Japanese volume for BTC had gone down to like 14%. As it was crazy. We have been relatively in the 50 to 55 percentile of all Bitcoin transactions being transacted in yen for well over a year. And so I was shocked. Everybody was shocked. And we couldn't really find out what it was that was making the Japanese pull back. It was a little scary, actually. So I, thought maybe it was because the GDP numbers were coming out, and also maybe people were taking a look at what was going to happen with Consensus. And in addition, the Japanese yen has been sliding. It's a little bit weak. And anytime the yen loses its strength, people do pull back a little bit. But we seem to have recovered, and we are back into numbers that we normally are at. 52.8% of all Bitcoin transactions are being done in yen. So I feel good about that. All right, let's talk about, let's just take a quick peek at the overall market cap, shall we? It's nothing to get excited about, that's for sure. Let me just refresh to make sure I've got the latest number. And we are sitting at 376 billion. 375 billion is the latest. So yeah, I don't want to say this is just nothing to get excited over. We do have some greens, so I will be thankful for that. It's nothing to get totally excited over, but at least we are not in a sea of red. Bitcoin Cash is having a little bit of a down day, but for the most part, let's see who the big coin is. All right, Binance Coin. No surprise, they just announced that they are increasing their referral to 40% for anybody who has 500 BNBs in their digital wallet. I'm not a Binance user in regards to an active user. I'm a registered user, but I don't actively use them. However, I understand how this coin can be useful for people who are using the Binance platform, because you can use the coin to offset some of your fees. So if you are just shy of those 500 coins to hit that doubling referral reward, then I'm sure that a lot of people have made the decision to purchase. So this is what's driving some of this price. It's up 23%, and the coin price is sitting at 15 US dollars. So yeah, I think for the Binance people, it makes sense for them. We are going to have a bloody competitive 2018 when it comes to wooing customers for their loyalty. I mean, the exchanges are going to be jumping through all hoops to get you to be a customer. And even SBI Holdings, which is going to launch this summer, and they are going to be offering a fiat pairing with XRP. That's their first main flagship announcement. They are taking pre-registration now, and I guess there is just an enormous amount of Japanese who are jumping onto that bandwagon. So I think you're going to see the SBI holdings go head-to-head with GMO and CoinCheck, which was just acquired by Monex. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be good at the end of the day for all the users. However, I'll never give up my decentralized message, because we need to get a decentralized solution that we are as excited about as all these coins will undoubtedly get to in terms of popularity by the end of 2018. Okay, let's take a look here. The big story from Japan. Well, it's surprising, but not surprising. It's surprising because MFUG, which is the fifth largest bank in the world, talked about doing a cryptocurrency coin about 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, and then it seemed to abandon the idea, but now it's coming back and revisiting. So the Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, one of the top 5 banks in the world, announced its intention of testing a proprietary cryptocurrency by 2019. And the idea is to roll out its coin initially to a relative handful of customers, hoping they'll participate in finding inevitable bugs as they make typical retail purchases. So it's kind of interesting. They're gonna put about 100,000 coins out there into circulation with people to test, to do live discovery of bugs. Which, gosh, I don't know. If I'm a tester, which I want to be a tester. If there's some mistake with my money based on a bug in the protocol, I hope they're going to take care of that. I'm sure they will. I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, this particular banking institution is just a huge one here, and it makes sense. Look at all the data that they can collect if they have their proprietary coin. And also, I think it's going to be the Bank of Japan, the BOJ in general, is going to really push the whole nation to go digital, because in the long run, if they can quit printing money and producing coin, it's going to save them a lot of money in the long run. I just want to show you here. This is a digital currency card, if you will. It's virtual currency. It's called a Passmo. There's another one in Japan that's called Suica. One of the other or both are in everybody's wallet here. Japanese are very comfortable with spending in this format. We just touch onto a touchpad, touchy as they say, and it automatically deducts the price of whatever it is we're buying. I mean, I can be buying a train ticket. I can go to a vending machine. I can go to a convenience store. I can do a lot of things with this. So using virtual currency is just not a big step for Japanese. And I think that that's maybe one of the reasons why the adoption rate here in Japan has been quicker than other parts of the world, is because in many ways we have some digital currency solutions already. So I don't have my other one because I actually spread a little karma. There was a foreigner that I saw in the train station a couple of days ago, and he was all by himself, and it was in the morning rush, and everybody's just going a million miles an hour in the central Tokyo train station at that time frame between 7:30 a.m. and 9, and nobody was able to help him, and he was just standing there like a deer in the headlights. And I said, "Do you need some help?" I don't know what country he was from, but he said, "Yeah, I want to buy one of these cards." And instead of jumping through all the hoops to teach him how to buy a card, I just gave him my card, which is worth about $5, and said, "Here, go ahead. Let's charge this." And I gave him my card and I charged it up for him, and he was off and running. So hopefully I'll get a little good karma back for spreading a little good karma. All right, so let's take a look at this story. This one is not so positive, but I am going to talk about it because I want to see if I can help you in case you are challenged by any of those anti-Bitcoin people, or even not so much the anti-Bitcoin people, but among your friends and family, because if they know you are in the cryptocurrency space, they might be asking you for some answers to this story, because this story is floating out there in the into the internet. So Bitcoin now uses as much electricity as Ireland, and its energy demands are not slowing down. So this is kind of meant to be a negative story. It's kind of meant to show you that the mining is just not very eco-friendly. But let's just drill down to this a little bit further. So here are the list of countries that consume energy. And Ireland falls between Bahrain and Oman at 65th rank in the world. And per year, they are consuming about 25 billion kilowatts. When you look at per person, it crunches down to about 576 kilowatts per person per year, I believe this is. Right. Let's take a look. Average per capita. Okay, average power per capita, watts per person. And this is per year. Yeah, is it? Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't give you any misinformation. Yeah, so this is all data per year. All right. So now that you know that, let's just take a look at some. Well, let me just point out. So, all right. So Ireland is also of their energy consumption, 14% is in coal. That's not so eco-friendly. And when I look at Bitcoin mining, yes, it consumes a lot of energy, but it's making something. If you look at the consumption for electricity, what's it making? Zero, I think. Unless I'm wrong, I don't think the consumption of the energy is making anything. So I don't really see it as a total comparison, apples to apples. Okay, so let's just give you one more thing to look at here. So if we take the 25 billion kilowatts and we divide that, let's just do it per person. And if we divide that by 7 billion people on the planet, and this is actually, we're at 7.4 billion currently on the planet, but let's just work with round numbers here. That comes down to 3.57 kilowatts per person. So it's really minute. And I just sometimes think that these negative stories, I don't know, maybe they just sell clicks and eyeballs and newspapers, but I just sometimes want to make sure that we are thinking more critically on these stories instead of just looking at the headlines, because I think your friends and family that are not into the cryptocurrency space may use this story to challenge you. So hopefully that'll help you a little bit. All right, do I have anything else? Yes, I do. I have something funny. So a crypto miner trolls Warren Buffett with Bitcoin billboards outside his office. This is kind of funny. A cryptocurrency mining company says it's trolling the billionaire investor Warren Buffett with billboards near his Omaha office. Marco Krohn, the co-founder of Genesis Mining, on Wednesday tweeted photos of the signs which refer to Buffett's recent admission that he was wrong about not investing in the mega cap tech giants Amazon and Google in the early days. And the Bitcoin or the billboard says, maybe you're wrong about Bitcoin. So I think it's quite funny. You know, I'm not a troll, but I do like this story. So it is a nice smile to end on today. I wish you the best. Have a great weekend. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. And sayonara for now. Bye-bye, everybody.